Hi everyone, today I wanted to talk about spending time together as a couple. I know that for my husband and myself that it's been hard to figure out how to spend time together. It can get tricky because sometimes it feels like you're just spending time with your kids and it's hard to connect and spend time with your spouse. Some of these include getting a babysitter, but some of them you can do just by yourselves with your kids. One thing that's kind of obvious but is really helpful is if you have friends or family that are able to watch your children and give you guys an opportunity to spend time together. It's really important for you guys to have times that you spend just with the two of you together, whether it's going on a date, getting some lunch, or just grabbing a cup of coffee or going for a quick walk. Even if it is just talking or reminiscing on memories, this is really good for you guys to have an opportunity to connect and to remind you why you got married in the first place. I know that especially for mothers, it's very common to get so focused on taking care of your children that we sometimes forget to take care of the other relationships in our life, including ourselves. It's really important for us to be spending quality time with our spouse and to be prioritizing that in our lives. This is so important because this is the foundation of you as a couple and your relationship and your family. And so if you're not spending time together as a couple, the rest of your family will actually struggle because of that. If you're just taking care of the kids, then you won't be able to have that foundation of you as a couple then going into your children and being able to give them the things that they need because you're both feeling depleted in your relationship as a couple. Even though it kind of seems counterintuitive to be spending time with your spouse and not with your children, it's actually so good for your children to see you guys spending time together and making time and prioritizing time with each other because your mom and dad, you're the foundation of this family. And so if they see that you're making time to be with each other, that will grow your love for each other and it'll grow your children's love for you as parents. So I know it's hard to sometimes find family or friends, especially if you don't feel like you have any nearby you to watch your kids. So I have some good ideas of ways that you can still be with your children and also spending quality time together. A couple ideas would be to go for a walk or go to a park. Sometimes it's those little moments where your children are playing and you're able to just talk and communicate with each other that are so important and so valuable. And it's so good to communicate as a couple. And so really making time for that to happen is so important. And so sometimes you can include that in you're going on a walk, and that's a little way that you guys can still connect while watching your children. I know for me, just talking sometimes about the seemingly smallest things is so helpful for me to feel like I'm connecting and able to talk and communicate with him. So sometimes it's the small things that are ways that you can still connect. Another great way to bond as a whole family is to play with your children. I know that sometimes it's hard when you're feeling very low on energy, but if you really get into playing with them, it can actually be really enlivening and a lot of fun for both you and your children and your spouse. This can be a great way to fulfill all of you as a family, to spend time with them and with each other. Another really great way to connect as a family and as a couple is through prayer. Even if you have tiny little ones like my little boy, he's only a year old, but we do prayers together, and it's a great way for us to connect with God and to connect with each other. And if you have children that are a little older, then this is a great way to include them in that prayer time, whether it's sitting still or standing quietly or maybe helping light the candle or the incense. This is a great way to include them, and it connects them to God and it connects us as a couple. Another great idea is to do an activity that you and your spouse enjoy. For my husband and I, we both really enjoy surfing and going to the beach, and this is something that we can do with our little one. And even though we're spending time separately, usually out in the water, it's still a great way for us to connect on something that we love and to get out and to exercise. And it's just a great way to refresh ourselves if it's been a busy or a crazy week. Another really fun idea for you as a couple is to practice dancing together. You can practice swing dancing or waltzing, but it's such a great way for you to bond together as a couple and to have a lot of fun with it. You don't have to be perfect, but just trying it out, it'll be a lot of fun. I'm almost sure you'll enjoy it, and you guys will have a great time together. Another thing that my husband and I really enjoy doing together is just sitting and enjoying a drink together. It could be a sparkling water, a glass of wine, a beer. These are all things that we really just enjoy sitting and taking a break and taking a breather. And you don't have to spend a lot of time talking about difficult things, but just kind of breathing and enjoying each other's company is a great way for you guys to bond and to connect and to kind of just check in as a couple and see where you're at. Sometimes this small way is a great way to connect while the baby is taking a nap, because sometimes it's hard to go on a big trip or go on a date and to kind of get away from your children or your baby for so long. So having just a little breather together is a great opportunity for you to connect and to kind of get enough energy to keep going and to continue to grow in your relationship. Another really great activity that my husband and I really enjoy doing together is decorating or tidying the house or organizing things. This is super great around the Christmas season, but it doesn't have to be just around that. It can also be during the spring or the summer or the fall. We really like to decorate with flowers in the spring and summer and with leaves in the fall. It's a great way to just make your space your own and to connect on building this home that is yours together, and really just kind of make it your own space and decorate it beautifully, because when you're sitting in a beautiful space, it just inspires you a lot more. I just wanted to encourage you all that I know this is a very difficult season, especially when you have a little one. There's a lot of time and energy that they need, but it's also so important for you guys to find ways to spend time together and to connect as a couple. I know it sounds almost too simple in some ways, but even just these little things throughout the day or throughout the week, just quality time that you're able to spend together as best as you can get it, is so important for your relationship, and it'll help you guys continue to grow and draw closer to each other and to draw closer to your kids ultimately, because you as the foundation, as the couple of this relationship, will be connected, and it'll help you pour from a full cup rather than pulling from an empty cup. It'll draw you closer together as a family instead of further apart. I wanted to encourage you, if you're able, try to find one thing that you can do this week to spend time with your spouse, whether it's just a little thing or it's a nice date. I encourage you to try to find something, some way that you can connect. I hope this video was encouraging for you. If you liked it, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. I have more great videos coming out soon. If you find that there's someone you think who could really enjoy or glean something from this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a lot, and I'd be really interested. Comment down below on some ideas that you have or things that you think would be nice to spend time together with a spouse. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.